Eddie, 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 Eddie. Think, feel, and believe. Eddie, 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 Eddie. Think, feel, and believe. Eddie. Yeah. Think, feel, and believe. A-T. Think, feel, and believe. 80. Select. You can find me. You can find me. Select all me. You go to SOULEX dot period me. And select all me. You're going to find some other things. You won't find me there. You're going to find a lot of me. Yeah. A lot of me. 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 Think, feel, and believe. Alrighty. Yeah, here we are. Here we are. Here we are. Do you want to know something? You want to know? Come here. I'll tell you something. Want to know something? I'll tell you something. Want to know something? I'll tell you something. Okay, okay. And you want to know something? This is kind of, man, I didn't know it was going to hit me now, but I mean, I've been kind of talking about this just a little bit more of some of the other things. Okay. Here we go. The outside world. The things that are outside of you, okay? And when I say the things that are outside of you, I mean the things that are outside of you. Directly outside of you. Which can also mean, let's say this one, your mother and father, your siblings, your relatives, your friends, other family members, the news, the television programming, all sorts of stuff. You know, it's all out. The outside world. Everything that's outside of you that you can be influenced by. Right? I mean, which is huge. Huge. Whatever books you're reading, whatever. I mean, that's obvious. That's obvious, right? I mean, you know, I know, but at the same time, it's obvious. It's also clearly important that you understand how critical it is to know that everything that's outside of you, outside in the world, outside of you, that's the world. That's the world. Everything that's outside of you, that's the world. And everything that's outside of you is the thing that's giving you what? Your self-doubt. Family, you know, I mean, I mean, if you've been watching some videos, you know that I came from some times where, I mean, and we all do to an extent, you know, with parents that instill certain things in us that, you know, like for me, for instance, what you can't do and what won't work, you know, I mean, I got so much of that growing up, you know, and then I would just put a fire in me to say, no. I'm going to do it anyway. And I did. You know, so that outside world that's influencing you, that's speaking, that you're hearing, whatever it is, that's where you're getting all your self-doubts, your worries, your concerns, your negative influences, all of that. I mean, and that's really obvious, but, you know, for you know, I would just probably tend to say for some, let's say some kids, some children out there, some young adults, whatever, you know, to know that that's kind of where you're getting some of the foundation of your things that are being put in you. Because, you know, parents to children, you're almost like God to them, you know, to them, you're kind of like God. I mean, you're like, whatever it is mom and dad say goes, you know, a lot of times until kids get rebellious and they get older and then they're like, oh man, you're like, no, you know, but then that's when ironically, that's the time when they kind of sort of need to listen is when they get older. But, you know, that's what the unfortunate thing is, and the dynamics that are taking place is that the things that are on the outside world are the things that are giving you your fears and your doubts and your beliefs. You're like taking everything from this outside world, you're allowing it to impact you, you're allowing it to give you feelings, you're allowing it to give everything else. And let me tell you something, huh? Let me tell you something. Yeah, you listening to me? You listening? You listening? Better listen to me. here's this thing. I always thought it was kind of corny. You are the captain of your own ship. Mm-hmm. Yes, you're steering that thing, You are the captain of your own ship. Well, and even as corny as that is, it's true. It's true. And I have yet to come to the full fruition of that, but I've had enough experience to the extent where I've had enough experiences to where whether they were both negative or positive, positive. I've had enough of those experiences to know, and what's really hard to swallow sometimes is taking responsibility. Taking responsibility, knowing that a lot of the things that are going on in your life is because of your own thoughts, feelings, and beliefs. Now, you start taking responsibility for those things. That doesn't mean that you're a bad person, huh? No. Stop. That doesn't mean that you're a bad person, no. It's just that you've allowed yourself to be directed by everything that's impacting you from the outside world. When you start to pay attention to your thoughts, feelings, and beliefs, and the things that have been driving you and taking you down the paths in your life because of how you wish to think, feel, and believe about everything, because you're being affected by the negativities of the world and the things that people are saying, and the fears and the doubts and the worries and the concerns and all this kind of stuff, and your life is being driven and operated by the outside effects. When it's the inside, my friend. It's inside, my friend, is where the power comes from for you. And I say you because I mean you. If you a human being, for you. By how you, by your direction, by what you choose to think, feel, and believe. People like to join the lottery. They want to buy lottery tickets because they want to be millionaire. No, I want to be millionaire. No, I want to be millionaire. Now, I just saw the lottery, $546 million or something like that is going to be the draw for coming up on this weekend, and it's like, that just goes to show you how many people out there are. Wanting to buy into that fantasy of it. And everybody, and I would say probably everybody in the world to an extent, but I'd say more so that I see here in America, everybody wants it now. I want it now. Judge it. I want it now. And it doesn't work that way. So, because if you've been allowing yourself to be affected by the outside world and you've been conditioned by everything, and some of it and obvious, and some of it and it's obvious, and some of it is not your fault. Because if you're at a tender age and you are looking for advice from somebody who's older than you, and they're your world, and they're the ones that are giving you advice, then you tend to follow that advice. So some of it was nothing but a bunch of and. But your life got, directed and changed by that. So some of it's not necessarily your fault. But if you keep going down the same path, I don't care who you are. I don't care if you've got some extra challenges in your life. You can still, to an extent, take control of your thought patterns and what you believe and what you think, and start noticing that and changing a direction. And detach. I mean. If people could understand that, and it's hard for me. I mean, I know, like, I'll go on and I'm just, it's just all the stuff that's going on in the political climate right now is just like, wow. And it's hard not to watch all that kind of stuff. But there comes a time where you've just got to detach from the outside world, and start to take control of your own life and start to direct yourself with your own opinions and your own thought, feelings, and beliefs about what you think, and you go in that direction. You take charge. You be on behind of your big old ship wheel, and the ship wheel got handles on the both sides, and you just turning and you going, and you're the captain of your own ship. I don't really like that saying, you're the captain of your own ship. I got to think of something else. I mean, that's all well and good, and we all get the picture, but maybe you're the captain of your own spaceship. Yeah, maybe.